Welcome, Aquarius, to your Astrodice reading for June. Hope you guys are doing great out there. If your friends like this, hit that big old like button. We do have a Mercury retrograde coming in on the 29th with the full moon in Capricorn. So we want to kind of remember that, okay? I will get that reading out for you guys. But let's get in here. For those of you who are new, this is where I take astrology with tarot, make a small horoscope for the month using only one of the 12 houses. So what's going on with you, Aquarius? Best message for June, best house. Right off the bat, we have some Leo energy coming into the South Node in the 4th house. Uh-oh. You guys see that? Okay, there we go. Make sure it's on film in here and get these out. I will be using Vesta, the goddess within your sacred center. It's also a karmic card. Returning to your roots. That's what the South Node is. Represents the past patterns, comfort zones, karmic lessons, and what may need to be released. Doing it Leo style over here. The energy is flamboyant, dramatic, proud, passionate. It focuses on importance and self-belief. Limelighting in its own way as well. And going straight into that 4th house. This governs the home, family, emotions, emotional foundations, let's put it that way, security and your private world, the roots of your being. So let's get in here, my friends, and see what's going on. Because, I mean, this combination right here already, Aquarius, is revisiting some kind of family matter, emotional pattern or living situation or aspect of the past that has shaped who you are in some form, some way. There could be some need to release some kind of old emotional baggage, outdated beliefs, or situations that no longer provide some kind of genuine security as well. Just remember, guys, the South Node isn't about loss. It's about clearing space. It's karmic, right? That's why we use Vesta as well, because she's the karmic side of the sun, right? Or the nodes are of the moon. So, but this is letting go of those old patterns and creating room for greater stability within the 4th house. This could be authenticity, peace, no matter what, it's peace in your personal life, right? This is where I want peace, comfort. Right? It's like I want to honor my past, but I don't want to live there. I don't want to live in that past. Because I've outgrown it. It's not helping me anymore. It's just karmic. So getting straight into the situation. The situation is taking place in the beginning of the month, the middle of the month, and the end of the month. Grabbing 3 cards plus a clarifier on each, and then I will be pulling 2 cards to see what is going on in the beginning of July in the 4th house. How it all wraps together, getting you ready for the next month. Beginning of the month, please. Do you have the Emperor in reverse to the 4 of Pentacles in reverse to Herald the Cups. Very interesting energy you have over here. Let me grab a clarifier and get straight into this. I like the 4 of, I'm sorry, that was the 4 of Pentacles. I think I said 4 of Cups. It's the Emperor in reverse, 4 of Pentacles, excuse me, in reverse, and the Herald the Cups. For some reason, I think I said that wrong. If I didn't, then... But I do like the 4 of Pentacles no matter what in reverse, because it's saying I'm letting go. I'm not holding so tight. And then clarifying on this, please. 5 of Swords. Yeah. Okay. There's the conflict. So that 5 of Swords is definitely showing us where the conflict is, in which you're trying to release, trying to get your power back as the Emperor over here. It's definitely allowing you to focus, but I do like the Herald of Cups coming in because there's emotional news coming in. So we really look at this as it's like the structure and authority. It could be a figure within your life or yourself, but it's felt very rigid. And no matter what this is saying, this is not sustainable. This could also be you realizing that forcing an outcome isn't working, or that someone has been too controlling, either externally or within themselves. So it could be two in one. It could be you just realizing that because of their control, it's not working. And that could also make you want to take too much control as well. If someone's being over controlling, it could allow you to try to force that outcome, right, by standing your own ground. But it's not working, right? It's not healthy either. So, I mean, this is just reinforcing that theme of letting go with the South Node. It's, you know, it's the emotional baggage, old attachments, financial worries, something you've been holding on to for too long and trying to force it to work. Take what resonates, what doesn't resonate, throw away, because it's either one or the other, right over here, or both. It could even be a, you know, just a very bossy person, right? Very controlling, bossy person that's made the whole relationship in the fourth house just very rigid, very uncomfortable. But we do see the arguing. Herald of Cups, though, is this emotional message. It could be an apology from this person. It could be a heartfelt conversation that you're having with this person, letting them go, letting them know, hey, you know what, this is not working. I've got to let you go. So whatever it is, some unexpected opportunity may appear from this card as well. It just feels like this is what's needed. This opening up, this conversation is completely needed for some healing and letting go. Like without this message, without this news, it's going to be very hard to just, you know, walk away. To just throw it all away, right? So this is just clarifying if there's been too much tension, too much conflict. Situation where nobody truly won in this situation. There was a lesson here in deciding what was worth fighting for and what is better to be released. South Node's going to push that, right? It's pushing that piece because this is where the closure is coming from to create that space that the South Node wants. So this is definitely breaking away from old habits. It's like the battle is no longer what I want. I don't want this battle anymore. I'm done battling. Okay, so walking away from the battle, putting it to bed, putting it away. Going straight to the mid-month. Card in reverse as well. To the devil. To the world. Clarify. The world in reverse. That's crazy. This is crazy. You got what was that's crazy. You have the world to the world in reverse. You have the Four of Cups to the Four of Pentacles. You've got the world to the world. Releasing, but yet seeing the light over here. Seeing that Ace of Cups coming in. The release, the surrender again. Talking about changing your world. Let's get the bottom of the deck so we can see where you're going. In July, you have the Seven of Cups to the High Priestess. Okay. So at the end of the message, we'll see how that's going to get there. So there's definitely an awakening and becoming open to something new where there was once avoidance or some kind of emotional withdrawal. You're beginning to see things from this different perspective with the Four of Cups in reverse, because you're going to see that Ace of Cups, because you're no longer looking down at those Three Cups, which is all of the, all of the conflict, all of the disagreements, all the strife. The Devil is the core issue for sure. I mean, this is definitely an unhealthy attachment, some kind of toxic pattern, limiting beliefs, obsession, codependencies, just something from your past that has had more power over you than you realized. The Emperor in reverse. And that's why, whatever this Emperor reverse is where that Devil is coming in. And that's why you were standing your ground so much, trying to push for your own outcome. It totally makes sense, right? And then you have the World, where it's like, this is the completion. This is where your freedom is. This is where you're closing that major life cycle. You already had the message in the beginning of the month. And now this is just about finding that closure. You're healing through the situation. You're thinking about what's going on within the situation. And this is where it says, okay, now, right, it's clear where I want this and how I want this cycle to end. Although you might feel like something is still unfinished, because with the World in reverse, even though you're doing that, the World in reverse is saying, but I'm still holding on to threads. There's still unfinished business when it comes to this situation. So you may feel like, even though you had this lesson happening, you may feel like there's still one final lesson learned to this situation before I can fully move on and move forward. So whatever it is, it could show that something may need to be addressed even more, right? I need to address more to actually close this chapter. It could be within yourself. It could be within them. However it is, whatever you feel is unfinished, something is not completely done. Maybe you're married, and so maybe you know you're going to close this chapter, make a new chapter, but you have to wait for that divorce to come through to make it completely, you see what I'm saying, resolved. Something like that. Getting straight to the end of the month. The end of the month, you do have the Eight of Pentacles to the Seven of Wands in reverse to the Three of Pentacles, rebuilding, cooperation, clarify on this situation, please. And then now we're starting to see where the Seven of Cups to the High Priestess coming in for July is coming through. All these new doors opening, all these new fantastical ideas, and opening up your intuition. Four of Coins. So we had the Four of Coins in the very beginning where you're letting go, but now you're holding on tight to something new. So the end of June is shifting from release into this rebuilding, Three of Pentacles. The Eight of Coins over here is showing that dedication, effort, and mastering something important, going on to the next step. Of course, you may feel like you're no longer focused on what was lost now, but on what can be created as you move forward, right? Because you're saying, we just need to get past this so that I can focus on something else within my life. I don't want to focus on this. I don't want to give it any more attention. Like, you have new things that you want to focus on in the fourth house. Maybe it's moving into a new house. I'm moving out of this house to get to another place of peace for myself, looking for that new home. So the Seven of Wands, putting down your guard. Stop defending your position. You might even feel like stop resisting help, because you got the Three of Pentacles next to it. So if somebody's trying to help you, maybe this is where you stop resisting that help and allowing someone to help you. Let them, you can move in with me, right? And you're like, no, I don't want to be a burden. But now you are, right? Now you're going to move with them until you can find a new apartment, that type of energy, right? But however it is, you might be allowing someone to help you. Realizing that there's this constant struggle is no longer necessary. I might as well just allow this help for those of you who are looking for help. Or someone's wanting you to, actually it would be somebody wanting to help you, because it doesn't look like you're actually looking for help. It's like, I'm putting my guards in. Yes, finally, yeah, I'll sleep in your extra room. Yes. Because we have the Four of Coins here that says, it's kind of interesting because, like I said earlier, you had the Four of Pentacles in reversed, and you've released what's no longer needed for you. I mean, you've learned what was actually holding you back and what you were holding on to. But now this is establishing these healthier boundaries, protecting your energy and creating this genuine stability for yourself. You're saying, I'm putting myself in this new energy where I'm holding tight to what's mine. And I feel like if somebody is reaching out to let you help, that's why you're letting those guards down, to say, okay, that's fine, because I'm going to get my own anyways. I won't be here long, right? Because I'm just going to do what I need to do. So I do feel like this is where the Seven of Cups is going to end up coming through, because it's going to open up all these new options for you, and your intuition's going to go, crazy over here. So by the end of the month, your focus shifts from the past to the literal future, as you begin to build this stronger foundation based on what truly matters. And you know it because in July you're saying, I'm the High Priestess. I'm in High Priestess mode. I know exactly where I'm going now. So the past is teaching this lesson, but it doesn't get to define the next chapter, right? Because it's saying I'm becoming stronger by the end of the month. And I like it too, because we're going to have Mercury retrograde on the 29th. So it's like you're holding tight and you're saying, I'm not going to let Mercury retrograde pull me back into this karmic past. I'm completely letting go. So I figure right here, you have unfinished business, but you're not going to allow it to make it your 100% goal or focus, because you're refocusing on, right, making all of this over here happen for you by rebuilding. Very nice, guys. That is a beautiful reading. Until next time, peace and love. Bye-bye.